Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MatchFit Entertainment's official coverage of Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series. It is round 9, it is the finale, and of course, we are back at Bathurst for the final round here in Asrnz's GT3 series. MatchFit on board. Race Command on board, Davo on board, and J-Man on board again tonight. How you doing, my friend?
Good, Davo. Good to be here. Evening, viewers. Thanks for joining us here on what is, as Davo just mentioned, the final round of the series here at Bathurst. And this one will be an absolute blinder based on this event last year at the back end of the last season. Was an absolute nail biter, and
Wasn't it what?
we've got some more scenarios to play out here tonight, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Plenty to play for up and down in the championship rankings. A cool format, super sprint round for the final round, so that will see us go for 3 qualifying sessions, and the short fire ones here tonight, 10-minute sessions. So they've got to split these 2 categories in 5 minutes each. Given that it's Bathurst, we're not quite a sub 120-second lap, where we're just over by the look of it. We're looking at I think 2:02-minute flats to 2:01s, maybe 2:02. So potential for an outlap and then one flying pretty much, I think would call it.
I would expect so.
So it's going to be very, very quick fire. So expect some upset qualies. However, there is 3 qualifying sessions to run here tonight. Now, 2 of the races out of the 3 are 20-minute half-point races, and then the final race of the night will be a 30-minute full-point race, and that's significant given how close some of the battles are in this championship hunt up and down the paddock. You know, we've still got Smith trying to defend this 3rd position for the pro class here from Vic Chan, who's been coming on strong, and I did see a good 9 tenths to maybe a second difference between the Smith and the Chan car in the favour of the Porsche there earlier. Eddie Thackeray got one hand on the Pro-Am trophy, 897 points over a hard-charging Damien Jones and Timmy Nash. So that's interesting. Silver class, Jordan Moss, Lee Perkins will do the business there, I think, tonight. 849 plays 842, and then we do have Wally Baker, 764. So big hurdle tonight for some of those guys to just try and hang in there. But those 2 guys, I think Moss, Perkins, that'll be a battle that's going to play out right to the bitter end. And given how Lee Perkins has been driving of late, he'd probably go into this one pretty confident. Also, Kenny Simpson, 728 points over Uncle Joe's 593. I think Kenny has basically got a handle on this Pro-Am title, and it's been a long time coming for Kenny. He's been a stalwart of the community. He's backs it up week in, week out, turns up, delivers every single week.
Always.
Yep. So he'd be a great guy to have on anybody's team as in an endurance event, because, man, he delivers every single time. So plenty to play for. We'll touch base on that a little bit maybe further into the broadcast, just see what that looks like as it shakes out. Once quali shakes out and we see where these guys land on the grid, given that these first 2 races are only 20 minutes, Davo, better part of what? You're talking 10 laps. 10 lap sprints at Bathurst for the first 2, and then maybe a 15 lap run in the finale.
It's quick fire stuff. As the boys roll out here for Q1, and still a split qualifying system here, J-Man, like you just mentioned. 5 minutes each. So yeah, look, the whole night is quick fire. We got quick fire qualifying and quick fire racing. Not a lot of time to get settled in and find your rhythm. You really just got to go out and get on straight away, don't you? And look, tires, J-Man. It's they don't have a lot of tyre to work with. Obviously, over the evening, 4 sets over what effectively is 3 qualifying sessions and 3 race stints. So there's always, as always, here at ASRNZ, this tyre juggling act, where these guys will have to. It's inevitable. They will have to use a set twice somewhere throughout the night, or at least, well, I'm thinking a couple of times. So.
Yeah, so this session here is going to be really, really interesting. I think this one for me, I think there'll be a battle on here. There's obviously a lot more guys out there than what we're just about to talk about, but I'm paying particular attention at the moment to the intent of Eddie Thackeray in the 830 car. First car out there to get the lap done, knowing that, potentially it is just a lap as you just look as they round down the clock. It's already heading down towards the 8-minute mark already.
Yep.
So Thackeray, and the next guy I'm talking about would be Damien Jones. Now he's a couple of cars. There's a few cars behind, but those two they're going to go to war as far as seeing who ends up out on the top spot there.
And we're just seeing Jones and
Melling go,
and Melling there. I think just leaving themselves a little bit of space from the couple of cars that were in front of them there. And look, and it just shows you, look, that what we just saw there, the attitude these guys are taking into this final round, J-Man, they are definitely thinking about championship points right down to the wire again here in the GT3s at ASRNZ. End of the season, we saw it last year, you've already mentioned it, nail biter all the way to the end, and some huge moments too on the final lap, mind you, in that final round in 2024. It was epic stuff, great to call, and very exciting again. Jones out there.
The other guy to factor into that Thackeray Jones battle was Timmy Nash as well. I failed to just touch base on him, but Jones 883 points over Tim Nash's 875. Now this is corrected order too. We're not going to call this tonight, Davo, as I'm sure your graphics is up to date as well. So this is effectively with a drop round. So be interesting to see how this plays out. So those 3 guys battling it out over that for that Pro-Am category. Steve Melling's not out of it either. I don't believe by any stretch. I mean, 829 points, and then given, it's a 3-rounder. This is a car eater, so don't count out Steve Melling.
Car eater.
And what's been a great series for Nev Shields as well there. He upped his game in the last couple of rounds big time. He's up into P12 outright. So potential there to see Shieldsy and Melling go inside the top 10 overall, not just in class, overall in this championship.
Absolutely. Both Shields and Melling actually performing very well in the last couple of rounds prior to Bathurst here for the final. Melling particularly, I think it was only just last week, really solid drive for Melling. Measured stuff, so good to see. As the clock winds down, we will start to see.
So Thackeray got in. There's a few guys got into their second lap. Thackeray, Jones. So Thackeray, 201.
Second flying lap here.
201.4, 201.9.
And Nash as well. Has he got in there as well?
That's the top 3 in the championship for Pro-Am there. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so getting out smartly at the beginning of qualifying there, it really does count. And we've seen it a few times, haven't we, throughout the season, where if these guys do get out smartly when the time is they will get an extra lap in. Sometimes it doesn't make much difference. I mean, we saw it last week where the boys were actually conserving their tyres in qualifying and doing a very short stint in the cars and saving that tyre. So not tonight though, J-Man. Tim Nash on track in the Ferrari. Getting down.
Well up. He's well up. But also his Thackeray is well up. Thackeray almost looking like he's going to drop into the 2-minute flat bracket. We're going to find out really, really shortly as he comes through the chase. On his way out now. Heads under the Liquimolly Bridge. one last time for this first qualifying session. The Delta looks good. The Delta looks
It looks
very
solid.
good for a 2-minute point 9. There it is, 2-minute point 982. Damien Jones has parked it on a 2019, so he'll be under threat here. Potentially 2019.
Nash.
Yeah, so Nash is going to come very, very close. Nash is actually looking like a 2018.
He could pip him here. He could pip him here. And does
yeah,
so.
2018.67. It's significant because that splits Jones away from Thackeray and it brings Nash that little bit closer into this fight. So that's going to go down. And Melling, I said don't count Melling out, and he's right in there as well, 2027.
So nice work from.
And Ken Simpson, Uncle Joe. Like I said, Kenny's got one hand on that AM title. And Uncle Joe is just reminding him through this qualifying session he's still there.
Absolutely, as we see the boys, the top end of the field, rolling out with, it looks like Shane Fodderdo, lead car, J-Man.
I think it was, yes.
Just, you can see back a shot there. I would suspect
Antoon,
that is
Aerosmith, Webley.
Phil Antoon. I think that's Vic Chan in amongst that as well, also in the Porsche there, J-Man. So
yeah, all the top hitters, one after the other, mate. They're all in a line. So obviously a series of giggers in there.
Yes, that's right. The gig eye, the series of gig eye, and again getting out pretty smartly out of the pit lane there, just looking for that that possible extra lap in qualifying, and I think for these boys that will definitely count. These guys always, the race starts when qualifying starts here for these boys. So.
Yeah, watch Webley here, mate. That car was so lightning quick in official practice. Perilously close. Last time I looked to a 59, he was around about a 10th of a second away from it. Yeah. Last time I looked. Now, I feel like the call on this guy tonight's going to be win it or bin it.
Little shaky coming off the top of the hill there, as is Vic Chan behind him there. A little bit of a tap on the wall out of the elbow. Won't do the wheel alignment any good in that Porsche at all, and he can see every now and then just back a shot there. That is the Aerosmith BMW as well. So the Giga crew again flying in formation. Fodderdo across the line. Hits the top of the board, Antoon behind Vic Chan, just sneaking past Antoon.
Webley, there it is, 59.9. 59.9, so sub 2 minute for Brandon Webley. Be happy with that lap, and he does get time. He crossed the line with about 45, 48 seconds to go. So who we got? We got plenty still coming across the line. Baker, Moss across the line as well. So plenty of guys still getting the laps in. What does it look like? Webley over Fodderdo, Chan, Antoon, Spence. And then we go to Thackeray. Fam splits and Aerosmith. And also Jordan Moss at this point split Thackeray from Nash and Jones. So that's an interesting scenario off the start of the grid. If it was to play out the way it looks right now, it's well in the favour for Eddie Thackeray.
Oh, absolutely, J-Man. Another name to mention, Steve Wilton in the house tonight.
Yeah, good to see Farmer back here.
So not always able to attend due to work commitments, and it's good to see. Good friend and part of the MATCHFIT family too, mind you. Steve Wilton, aka Farmer, on track tonight.
It's quite a busy schedule these days with the Bro-Am putt tour as well. So I understand he's quite handy on a golf course.
Yeah. I don't think he's got to wear the jacket yet, though, J-Man.
No. He to be honest, that jacket's all him. He owns that jacket.
Okay, there you go. As
so
we pick up
Mossy
on,
just pulled out on that.
Yeah, Bossy, a little bit of a clip on the wall. We just picked that up actually a few seconds earlier. J-Man, bit of a clip on the wall. And the Mercedes, it looks like Asrnz just rolling into the pit lane as
Fam with
well.
a good lap coming.
Fam, a little bit slippery out of the final corner.
Fam up to P2.
It's a done. Wow. So Webley, Fam, Frontado, Chan, Antoon, Spence. So Spence, Thackeray.
Thackeray with a standout time there as well.
Absolutely. Perkins also in there in 8th. Stu Arrowsmith in 9th, and Geordie Moss rounding out the top 10. So not a bad effort from the boys there. As they get set on grid here, ladies and gentlemen, for round 9 in Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series. It's the finale. Sprint round, super sprint round, should I say. J-Man, no pit stops, 3 qualifying, 3 short races, limited sets of tyres, and once again brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Race Command. And keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a merch drop from MATCHFIT Entertainment in the next couple of weeks, and also Asrnz merch drop not too far behind it. So keep your eyes peeled on the socials, ladies and gentlemen. Not too far away. So, do you want to revisit those points, J-Man?
Oh, I'm all over it. I'm just salivating over it right now. So obviously Webley, Fam, out of the points hunt effectively. They're a little bit further down. So what I like the look of at the moment is Shane Foddo, the 585 car. 1,177 points, plays 1,310 to Antoon. So it's probably a step too far. However, Bathurst is a car reader. I don't know what mathematically that looks like. If Antoon was have to have 3 DNFs, highly unlikely. Very, very calculated driver is Mr. Phil Antoon. But Foddo looks good to cement that second position in this title hunt from there. However, Stewie Arrowsmith, he's got Vic Chan starting from the second row of the grid. He's hot on the chase. 1,034 points for Stewie Arrowsmith, 983 for Chan. Now, I do believe there's 4 or 5 cars in between them, so it's going to make for hard work for Stewie. However, he races often better than he qualifies, does Stewie Arrowsmith, so watch the 72 BMW look to come forward. But the big one for me, Eddie Thackeray, I think that's a great starting position out of P7.
Oh, absolutely. Punch it well above his weight. I think he'll be looking forward to a promotion.
Yeah,
maybe for next season.
897 plays 883, so be aware of the job he's got to do with Damien Jones and Steve Melling starting out of P12 and 13. But where did Mr. Nash finish? Okay, so Tim Nash is a little closer there. He's in P11, so he's got to think about Timmy Nash. 875 is not that far behind. As I mentioned, Kenny Simpson's keeping it real. He's back there in 18th outright in the championship, first in class, 728 points. His nearest rival starts right beside him on the grid, Uncle Joe, and he is 593 points. So quite a big hurdle there for Joe. So I think it's a formality now for Kenny Simpson to wrap this title up. But we will watch with interest, Davo.
No, we will. And I like your comment that Arrowsmith races quite often better than he qualifies, and I'm looking at Tan's car, and I've got to say that Tan has probably raced not quite as good as he's qualified just recently.
Look, I think both drivers will respect those comments based on the series that's been. So so certainly some challenges for Vic Chan and the Porsche this season, and Stewie Arrowsmith. Yeah, like I said, he races bloody well. So, however,
look, you can just feel it, J-Man. We are at Bathurst. It is the final round. The last race of last year in the GT3s here at Bathurst was freaking epic. If you didn't catch it, get over and look it up on our YouTube channel, J-Man. The last lap was next level. Definitely worth a watch. And the championship went literally down to the final lap. You know, like it could have gone anywhere, and it was a pretty crazy situation. So get over, have a look at that. But here we are. You can feel the tension. These guys nervous. We've been through the points a few times already. J-Man outlined the ins and outs, ups and downs, and the battles that will ensue over tonight's coverage. Look, I'm so G'd up for this. Very much looking forward to it.
Ooh.
Who was that?
Tony Spence just really got offline.
Just overwarming the tyres.
Yeah.
Again, the pressure's on. Like these guys, you know, like they're racing their own races, no matter where they are in the field. We've got 4 classes here, looking for honours. So yeah, plenty to play for. And it's Bathurst, like you said, car killer, takes no prisoners, J-Man.
Well, most of these drivers, if not all of them, have been here before. This time, not that long ago. You know, this was the same format, and off the back of last season. So a lot of these guys, you know, this is basically status quo from what they did last season as far as coming out. This is the final one.
Does it make it any easier though?
No, well, it doesn't, because like I'm sitting here pondering it if I was in their position, and like, you know, if you're a let's say if you're a Shane Fodderdo, or let's say you're a Stu Arrowsmith for right now, that you're trying to defend third, a podium outright in class for the season, your first time here in the pro class, and you're looking to cement a podium in the series. Do you just go out a little bit gently, softly? But however, you can't, because your championship combatant's a little bit further up the road, and he's probably going to attack this course. So there'll be a balance between aggression and defense here tonight for so many drivers. You know, how hard do you go? You know, do you drive up round McPhillamy and Skyline just at about 8 tenths, not 10 tenths? You know, do you preserve the car, make sure that you get 3 solid results? What's the mindset? I mean, you know, given the opportunity, if things go good or bad, we may delve into the mindset of a few of these drivers tonight.
Oh, so many what ifs. I tell you. Yeah, look, excited and nervous for the boys alike, as they are in great formation here. Think about 19 cars on track. Yes, Nash in the pits, J-Man. So not good for Nashy. We got Webley, T-Fam, Shane Fodderdo, Vic Tan, Phil Antoon, Tony Spence, Eddie Fackery, Lee Perkins, Stu Arrowsmith, and Jordan Moss rounding out the top 10. Good start from Jan as he pokes it up in between the Lamborghini.
Oh, he touches up T-Fam, and that's going to give Antoon a good opportunity.
So really did do himself a mischief there. Wanted to put the pressure on, didn't deliver, and like you said, really changed the dynamic as they run up to 2, and that is Fodderdo. So that put Fodderdo
looking for an outside move, but he's gonna.
So that put Fodderdo in front. That little move back there from Chad, and Fam looking to take that back, but now losing straight away to Vic.
Webley's off. He's gone. He's checking out.
Well, that's the smart move, isn't it? We see Perkins and Arrowsmith. So Arrowsmith immediately past Perkins, looking to make a move quickly as well. A couple for Wally Baker past Simpson as well. Actually, they've gone back a little bit. They're out of the pack, J-Man. So something's happened in the background. In that Fam still putting pressure on, and Mossy in amongst the field there, and there is Spence in the wall coming off the top of the hill there.
Badly, yep. And so, that's allowed Arrowsmith, Perkins.
A few there. Perkins, yep. I think Mossy is, well, no, actually Mossy's just tucked in behind him there, so very heated stuff immediately. Bathurst again, J-Man takes no prisoners. Look at the state of Tony Spencer's car. Oh,
Yeah, it's
Mossy
busted.
tries to get around. And DJ tucked in behind there, Damien Jones. That's Steve Milling as well. So that is turned into a little bit of a traffic jam for those boys. With
And
the
that's
Spence
legit
car.
too. Melling Jones. That's a battle to think about too, because I mean he doesn't care that Damien Jones is trying to catch Thackeray. He wants a part of this.
Spence immediately into the pits. J-Man, that car looked well damaged. It is all going on. Big shuffle in the mid-pack. That is where true battle is too, J-Man, isn't it? It's the mid-pack. As always here at Asrnz, really ramped up. That is allowed. It looks like with that little fracas, because we've seen Baker go backwards, and I think Simpson go backwards. Spence still in the pit lane too, mind you, J-Man. So that's gifted a couple of positions to Wilton, because I think he was to start at the back of the pack. So up into 14.
He did move forward pretty quickly even before that. Wilton was already on the move, so he looks good, and he's just putting a heap of pressure on Shieldsy now. So good to see plenty going on there. And I was just had eyes on Stu Arrowsmith starting to mount an attack there on Eddie Thackeray as well. Oh, the big lose. That must be Phil Turner. Turner very, very loose across. I think it was... Okay, it was out of McPhillamy, I
just
think.
Picking up on a replay of that in the Red Bull car. Gets across just before the grate, actually. Gets a bounce off the inside. Okay. Before the grate, J-Man. Just over as he goes over the crest there.
Did he hit anything?
No, a little bit on the inside left of the track there. So limping that car. Not very... Like we were just talking about, Arrowsmith starting to put pressure on Thackeray already. We were out of the back of Fotodo's car at the time there, and we saw Pham actually run off at Skyline and take the little shortcut down through the S's there off the top of the hill.
Oh, there's been an incident down at the chase. Moss
Jones
comes back on. Shields has been taken by Wilton.
So that's Jonesy and Mossy. Jonesy down the inside.
Got through there too.
Can't pull it up from Jones there, tapping the front of the Mercedes. And like you mentioned, Melling taking advantage of that, and DJ clearly readdressed that situation. Now back in behind the Mercedes, and Wilton up another couple of positions.
So, yeah, Wilton's looking good here, mate. Wilton is on the move.
Sorry, we'll get a replay. This one, Pham past Chan into 2. Here, so look at Vic covering.
Oh, Stewie Arrowsmith tags. Oh, that is not good. Tags. Eddie Thackeray, Lee Perkins gets around. The move was half on, but
we'll get back to that one.
Closing, and those guys are stuck there. They're stuck at the cutting, and pretty much most of the field's gotten past them. So
picking up on this replay here. So here we go, picking it up at exit of turn 2. Up to the cut. We'll get the helicam on. Is it a Murphy moment?
Kind of is. Murphy Ambrose.
Go on, it gets a Murphy Ambrose incident. And I think, who was that first pass there? That was Baker.
Perkins.
And then here they come. And look at them fire past there. Arrowsmith getting away. Oh. And they rightly, look, very disciplined there from Thackeray to stay nosed into the wall there and let that field roll past him and not back into that line of traffic, J-Man. So very nice stuff from Thackeray. Good presence of mind here. But hasn't that ramped up that mid-pack there?
Bam's on the move further up the road, mate.
Wow.
He obviously got back past Chan, and now he's got sights.
Well, I think Chan made a mistake. Chan again put pressure on Fotodo there into 2. Really did muck his run up the hill and out of 2. And T-Pham just went, yeah, thanks, baby. I got this. But then look at them, both of them. Pham sideways out of 1.
Same with Chan.
And Chan out in the grass out of 1. So they're both still playing up. Who's that going into the pits, Grip? Let's get out of the back.
Uncle Joe.
Let's get out of the back of T-Pham's car. The McLaren All Giga Boys here. These are all teammates, mind you, AJ. So they race hard.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so you got Giga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go to Perkins racing there in P6, doing a good job actually, Lee Perkins. Steve Melling also as well. Aerosmith finally gets Thackeray, gets him done this time, and that would have been up into turn 2, up into Griffins. So he got the run. So he's on the move, but yeah, very impressive stuff. Now what that did, that incident with Aerosmith and Thackeray, is that played into Damien Jones and Steve Melling's hands big time. Now, Melling up there in P7, Jones in P9. It's part of the puzzle after, you know, given that this is only the first race and we're only approaching the halfway mark through this first race.
It's on, isn't it?
It is on.
Oh, look, and we've seen this time after time. And look, this is why these guys, the ASN boys, put this together. What a finale. I mean, you couldn't script this. It is just flat chat. Flat out with your bat out, guys.
Baker into the fence.
Oh,
at the grate.
No. Let's pick up a replay of that for Wally to check out. That was actually Spence tagging the back of him.
Okay, I missed that part of it. I just saw
and that car, and that Wally Baker car looks like a busted crab. It is not good.
Oh, he hit hard.
And he is limping that car, and it's a long way to go with a car that does not want to steer. So that's a long ride. T-Fam
good pedal.
Dispatched Chan, and has look at him, the chase, like over what, 3/4 of a lap. Bam, he's onto the back of that tartan Lamborghini, and the ever-present Mav in the background.
Tell you what impresses me during all of that. These guys are flying.
Yeah.
But up front, Brandon Webley.
2-minute
.375 last lap around. So he's knocking on the ultimate quali pace here, banging the laps out. So he's 5.1 seconds ahead.
Wow.
Oh, just tags the wall coming out of Forest Elbow. So he's pushing hard. He is pushing super, super hard.
Well, look, these guys clearly smashing some pretty solid times themselves. And, yeah, look, here we go. Look at this. Look at these guys chasing each other's draft there. A lot of weaving going on right from the Lamborghini and the snake that it just creates with these boys chasing that draft.
Sideways, both of them.
Fam and Chan.
Yep. Through the chase, they're both different lines. Both of them a little loose. And the guy that looked the best through there that time round was Vic Chan.
Look at how close it is. Over the rear wing of the Lamborghini again. Down to one. Fam weaving. Really trying to, and again, gets that little...
Chucks it in.
Oh. And look how close Vic is this time. He's up under that wing. He's got the double draft. Can he make it stick? What's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? What's this? Oh, as they fan out.
And I'll tell you what.
Oh, doesn't get much better than that. Was that contact? With a little bit of contact from the Porsche on the back of Fam. Gets him a bit wriggly. I think Fam might have already been a little bit wriggly there.
Yeah.
And that's put Chan past. And there is Mav. Just going, hey, boys, are we having a party up here? Am I invited?
I was hovering over him. I was just about to drag him down here for a chat to ask him what the view was like, but I've actually thrown him back because I think timing was less than ideal to actually have a chat as he chucks it into the grate.
Hits the wall. And again, I think Shane is just like going, oh, my God. If I could just stay out in front of you and stay out of that mess behind me. But these guys...
It's given Fotto a little bit of reprieve, but the other battle going on as well is Damien Jones just absolutely sweating on the back of Jordan Moss at the moment. And that's a move that I think is coming, and he needs to get a wriggle on because Steve Wilton's coming, and he's coming from what was effectively P19,
P19.
all the way up to P10.
So the only reason he went P18 was because Spence stayed in the pits. I think it was.
Yep.
Was it Spence? No, Nash.
Timmy Nash.
Yep. So, yeah, there you go. Nice work from Wilton. Just keeping your nose clean, isn't it, man?
Here he comes. He's already had one go at this, and he couldn't pull it up, and there's a little bit of contact, which he readjusted. Here he goes again.
Well, too far back, J-Man.
Yep. Just breaks it nice and tidy.
And Mossy drive that mossy line. He can make that Merc pretty wide. And just smooth as silk. Just keeping it together, keeping it in the middle of the track.
And two.
Mossy's style reminds me a little bit of John McDonald's.
He's a stingy bastard.
Oh, it's a little uncharacteristic error that has given Jones.
Yeah, that gave DJ the opportunity there, and look at Wilton. He's just like, I'll be next.
Commentator's curse. Sorry, Mossy, brother.
Yeah, Aerosmith rounds up Shields there. I don't think there would have been a lot of resistance there.
I don't think so. Couple of good mates and
big picture stuff.
Not Shields' fight. That's right.
Yep.
Back to Antoon Pham Chan. A little bit of a gap between the boys here. They've sort of chilled out a little bit. Oh God, probably not for long because there's only about 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go before this wraps up. So I'm sure that little foursome there will get close. But look, Webley, 6.5, nearly 7 seconds out in front.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to grab this guy as they come out onto Conrod Straight. Matt, have you got us, mate? If you can talk, mate, give us a shout out. What's the view like from there?
He's not going to talk to you.
He's not going to talk to us today. You know what he does? He's cool as a cucumber normally. He's just like, he's normally got time to type to us, but this time he doesn't even want to say anything. He's just like, no, I've got eyes on Pham. All right, well, maybe we'll have a chat to Mav later.
So yeah, good close battle. Webley, oh look, a class above at the moment. That qualifying, having that car on the front row of the grid really did play dividends. You can see back a shot there, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Brandon Webley in the foreground there, but you can see the boys in the background, not that far behind, about 7 seconds. And that is a fiercely contested four-way between Frodo, Vic Chan, T. Pham, and Phil Antoon, a.k.a. Mav. Back a little bit of a gap before we hit the mid-pack, and that is Moss, Perkins, Melling, Jones, Moss, and Wilton.
Moss sideways.
So Moss again struggling with the rears, and he did it out of one the lap before, J-Man, which let DJ.
Yeah, he's just done it again, which is allowed. It's allowed Wilton. Farmer to get a little bit closer. Yep. Also, speaking of which, who did I just see? I think it was Thackeray. He's approaching Nev Shields as well, so that's significant because he's in a battle with Jones now. Jones now got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars between himself and Thackeray. That's going to shake the points up a little bit. Yeah, now Webley, just amazing pace in that car. The totem will tell you the fastest lap of the race out there. The purple, the magenta there is on Webley's name. And that's because he did a 2-minute .000. So he qualified in here on a 1:59.985. His fastest lap of the race is a 2-minute even. Shows you how fast that car is with Brandon at the wheel.
Yeah, very handy indeed. J-Man, top speeds for that car.
Fast.
285.
The actual fastest. Yeah, the fastest car down Conrod Straight is actually T. Pham's McLaren at 289 kilometres an hour.
There you go. He's definitely been tucked up under the wing of that Lambo a couple of times. And Vic Chan's Porsche, the V-dub as well a couple of times.
Jones sizing up Melling too, Davo, as Chan sizing up Fodderdo.
All teammates, these boys at the top. like I said, a bit of a gap, and then you get into this little melee here, which is the Steve Belling, Damien Jones, Jordan Moss, Steve Wilton in amongst that as well. Aerosmith recovering after an earlier incident with, I can't remember who that was. Vic Chan. Vic Chan going backwards.
Factory.
What happened there? Let's
Ooh,
get
not
a
sure.
replay on that. So Vic Chan looking for a move on Fodono on the outside into 2. Gets it all kinds of wrong. Keeps it off the wall. But loses positions to Flim Flam and Mav. Now in recovery mode. Oh, what? A little over 2.5 minutes to go. Rears are clearly hot on the Porsche as he struggles across the top of the hill. He can see the boys, but definitely not in touch. Damien Jones on Melling. How close do you want it, ladies and gentlemen? Look at this. Across the top of the hill. Jones v Melling.
Yeah, and I think Wilton intermittently actually got past Moss and turned up into turn two, and then lost it back again because that position just changed on my totem very, very quickly. But look at the attack that Damien Jones is starting to provide for the back of Steve-O. He is just all over him right now. So takes a well wider line, looking for the drive off of here.
Look at this run from Jones. Oh, all over
He
it.
is very close. Now, what's the top speeds of these cars? So Melling's car, 284. Jones, 287. You got to think he's a half a chance here.
Here we go.
Here he goes. He's down
got
the inside.
Melling.
Melling's got the inside line.
It's got some pace in the Mustang
he's got some serious pace down through into the chase, and he breaks it super square. Does Steve Melling?
So
no way there,
nice
Jonesy. You're gonna have to think about somewhere else.
Okay, after just watching that last half a lap, Jamie, I'm just thinking, okay, DJ maybe a bit more wing on the car, than Melling. So catches up, coming off the top of the hill there nicely, gets ranged up right on the back of the Mustang, but can't deliver down the straight. There we go. Let's go for another lap, Steve. They're into it again. And it's on. Again, straight line speed of the Mustang. Really
healthy.
Strong, very strong. Yes. Into 2.
Now, expect to see this Aston really just range up from this point onwards all the way till they get to Forest Elbow. Be right there. It does look good. I like the line there from Steve Melling. He's just a little bit wide of the apex on the entry to the cutting there, and he just turned the car back down really tight the last piece and got good drive.
So here we go, the roller coaster that is the top of the mountain at Bathurst, and across into Skyline, and Melling super wide. Jesus, Damon!
That was a good catch. That supercar control to gather that up.
Wow, just wow.
Fackery to the pit lane too, mate. I think that something big happened there. Now, that's massive in the context of this Jonesy battle because he's the one chasing Fackery for this title chase. I mentioned at the top end of the broadcast, Eddie Fackery there. He was in the 897 points. Jonesy, 883. We're going to see a shift in the Pro-Am title leader, I think, just in this first race alone.
Yeah, not long to go now, J-Man. I think the
Webley has finished. Fodono second. T-Fam, we got caught up in the moment there, boys. Didn't even catch the last lap. Antoon in 4th. Chan in 5th. Perkins with a solid 6th place over this battle here. Jonesy, Steve Melling, such a good battle throughout this race. Those boys will be absolutely pumped up. Jordan Moss, 9th. Steve Wilton, take a bow. P10 from the back of the pack. Stewie Aerosmith, good recovery. P11.
What an effort from Wilton. Just keeping the nose clean, J-Man, and delivering. Awesome
then
stuff.
Nash. Good drive from Nash. Had to start from pit lane. Drives the car back to P13. Consistent, nice and solid. Tony Spence, 14th. Turner, I think he will get classified in 15th. Be interested to see. I think Eddie Fackery is probably going to classify somewhere around P16. And then Uncle Joe and Kenny Simpson finished that one out in the pit. So Bathurst is definitely a car eater. But
next level. Next level. What? And that's just race one.
That is just
Mind
race
you.
one.
No, look, we're not doing any post-race stuff, are we? In between races, we're going to crunch numbers. We're actually going to get the MatchFit Entertainment abacus out, and we're going to flick the beads around, try and keep ahead of the point situation. J-Man, as Joe Grimmer just rolls down to the final corner, we are going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere for too long. We won't be very long at all. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You've joined us after a short intermission for Asrnz of Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series. It's round 9. It's we are at Bathurst. MATCHFIT Entertainment sponsoring again. It is Race Command. Race 1. Done and dusted, and what an epic race it was. I'm Davo, J-Man right by my side. J-Man, how crazy was that first race?
Well, it was, and we knew things are going to shake out big. You know, we saw Chan with a pretty good result. Aerosmith having some issues there with a little bit of contact with Eddie Thackeray, which it's a double-edged sword there because obviously that compromised Thackeray's position in the point standings. Obviously, he's leading with 897. Aerosmith's trying to defend that third outright.
Yep.
Jones had a super strong run, 883, plays 897. So you can expect that may have shifted around. Also, Timmy Nash, starting from pit lane, was defending third in class in the Pro-Am class over Steve Melling, 829, and Steve Melling with a solid result as well. So just a lot going on right now. Jordan Moss had a good battle. Lee Perkins with a strong race as well. So
Wilton as well. Wilton, we know not in the points, really in the points race, but with a top effort. The race changed for such a short race. It changed dramatically over the 20 minutes, didn't it, J-Man? And plenty to think about, plenty to look at, and plenty for us to stand up and yell about because it was freaking epic. I can't see this one being any different. What we did note actually from Quali 1, that if the boys get out nice and quickly out of the pit lane when the light goes green, they will get a second flying lap. Now, look how far out in front Thackeray is from the next car. I think he's caught all the other boys napping.
Yep. He did this Q1 too.
He did this Q1, and so I think the boys just took a little while to get back from that little short break we had. And Thackeray looks like he could take advantage. There's a little bit of an awkward run off the final corner to start his first flying lap, but one to watch, like I said, J-Man, and definitely defending. And unfortunate to get tangled up in that.
I'm going to bring us up some graphics in that, David.
Well, what are we talking about? Graphics? Oh, yes. Points. We can do points.
There's just more quality cars.
More quality. So
there we go.
Shieldsy out on track as well. Simpson there in the foreground in the Monster Mustang. That is Turner in the Red Bull. Ferrari.
He looks fast, Davo. He does. Super fast here. Just reading poor old Mossy's. Merck doesn't have the legs.
Oh, yes.
Against the Mustang and the Aston.
So 777 racing there. Yes, that will be Geordie. Talking about the Merc, of course. Commenting how it just doesn't quite have the punch in a straight line.
So first time through will be Eddie Thackeray. And there, as you mentioned, big gap. He's got the better part of Conrod straight.
Oh, way out in front.
Over Tim Nash. So one would question how close these other boys are going to get to doing a second lap. I think it's relatively comfortable. But just try and pick up who the last car is, which will be Steve Wilton. Now, he's coming down to Forest Albo, and he's got the better part of 42 seconds now to try and navigate down Conrod straight through the chase under the Liquimolly Bridge, and then down to the final corner to see if he can get a second one in. He will be close.
Timmy Nash pipping Thackeray's time, J-Man.
Oh, he does 215. You mentioned Thackeray had a really, really snaggy exit out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight.
Yeah, and we just did actually pick up on the stream there
Jones to the top.
the last couple of corners of that same lap, and it was a little bit awkward as well, a little bit snaggy, like you said, and not the cleanest lap, but he does have another, and that is the point. A few of these guys getting to roll around again as we see.
All the pros coming out, and they're right on the back.
They're right on it, aren't they?
Of the last of the AMs and Pro-Ams.
So that won't do them any favours. But just the way it falls there sometimes. And I think, is that Fodado first car out again? I think he first car out in Q1 as well. So, again, the Lamborghini did look speedy. But, look, there was some elbows out, wasn't there, in lap 1. Really did change the dynamic of the race immediately, I think, out of 2, really, out of turn 2 there as they head up the hill. And allowed Webley literally just to jog away from these guys, didn't it?
Yeah. Now,
and a slow jog, really, at that.
Aerosmith a lot closer to these other boys now, and he's got T-Fan behind him now. T-Fan want to give himself a good breathing space because I think that is the second quickest car in a lap around here tonight. I think based on what we saw, where we saw that Q1 clearly
car.
Was.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was Revley, Pham, I think Fodado, Chan, and Chan got a really good jump.
And
actually punched it up in between Fodado and T-Fam's car. And it just escalated from there. Look, and really super clean stuff. No cars turned around, but they really did compromise their own run.
Yeah, look at the gap he's given himself. Yeah. Kenny Simpson up in there with a great lap, 2:02.2. Manages to hold off Melling, Turner and Wilton to go P5 in that first run. So great job,
nice
Kenny
work
Simpson.
From Simpson there.
Yep.
Again, solid performer. And look, turns up every week. You will always see that name. Simpson on track as the Giga crew. I think there's a couple of ring-ins in the background there. I think that's Arrowsmith. He's a 777 boy.
He is.
In the background there.
And he's in a good position here, just tucked up in behind Vic Chan.
Oh,
that's the guy he wants to race with. So it's a great option to have the carrot in front of you. That's the guy you're racing effectively for the rest of the season, which is 2 more races.
Yeah, for the rest of the season, which is literally another 50 minutes away. Not too much pressure from Pham, I think, who is the next car behind him. But
he gave a big gap.
Yeah, he's given a big gap there, so he really doesn't have to focus on Pham at all behind him. And just getting close. Yes, it's not the race, but the track position here for qualifying is relevant as we just see Arrowsmith tag the wall hard with the rear of the car as he gets down through the dipper there. Not ideal. Little bit of a rear right wheel alignment adjustment on the run there, J-Man.
Yeah, and look, that'll be all about just trying to stay with that group.
For sure.
Maybe the car just hasn't got the setup or the pace in it.
All the tyre temps.
Fodado, we're about to get a read here. I can't help but feel like we're going to see that Mustang of Webley go to the top, albeit intermittently, with Fodado going there on a 2-minute .3, followed quickly by Webley's 2-minute .032. Tony Spence in there on a 2-minute .5. And then Pham, 2-minute .4. He's in the mix as well. So Webley over Fodderdo over Pham. Spence, Jones's lap still holding at the moment. Still managed to hold off Antoon Aerosmith in that first phase of qualifying. They did get across the line. Just looking at there, the 333 car of Vic Chan. Be the last one to cross, and he's going to cross with around about 15 seconds to go on the clock. So he will be the last car to complete a lap here for Q2. So probably good timing. 20 degrees ambient, 23 track.
Well, he didn't get a lap in. So,
G'day, Matty Cook. Yeah, the lap times are insane, right? We did see a 59.9 for Q1 from Brandon Webley's Mustang. Now, Webley's actually parked that car. He's happy enough with that. Remembering that 4 sets of tyres for the weekend. Got to see 3 qualifying sessions and 3 races. So 4 tyres go into 6 sessions here. It is nuts, Cookie. The pace just keeps, season by season, getting faster and faster. Obviously, these guys develop these setups and they just get quicker and quicker.
and look, and remembering here tonight, these guys only got 4 sets of tyres to run their 3 qualifying sessions and 2 20-minute races and a 30-minute race over the night. So to be doing these times is, look, they're literally going to have to get back on these tyres at some stage tonight.
Yeah, and I think the 30 will be the one that the guys keep a good set of tyres for. I think you're going to see some reuses in this second phase of the race here. This one here will be
the second race here. Yep.
Yeah, it'll be a reused quali set, maybe from Q1, reused in this one here. So it'll be a little bit of doubling up, and then a nice fresh set for Q3 race 3.
Yep, and it will be definitely business time. So Chan, last
he's coming.
car.
He's on a good number. He is on a good number.
And yes, a very healthy number, J-Man. Where is that going to land him?
Makes him a P4.
Land him on the second row of the grid. So we have Brandon Webley, T. Pham, Shane Frodedo, Vic Chan, Phil Antoon, Tony Spence, Lee Perkins, Stu Aerosmith, Damian Jones, and Timmy Nash rounding out the top 10. So nice work from the boys there.
Yeah, great work. And yeah, can't help but feel, once again, Damian Jones put 2 cars in between himself and Eddie Thackeray. So that battle for that's top
pretty healthy
of the Pro-Am class, that's going to go all the way down to the wire tonight. Aerosmith, he's only got, 3 cars between himself and his potential championship for P3 combatant Vic Chan. So that's closer this time than the previous. But he's got to deal with Spence and Perkins and Antoon to try and get to him. It's going to be easier said than done.
Championship. It just is so reflective of the racing that we see week to week here at Asrnz. Like how we've been talking about the points all night, obviously, but and how close it is, and who these guys are fighting with, and these times, and that's exactly how we've been watching these races, isn't it, J-Man? Like it's the battles are hard fought, and they have been throughout the season, and and ramping up towards the end, always is.
Well, it's a shakedown, and it's a shakedown in 9 rounds on the back, and it feels like the points at the end of this 9th round is going to be as close as if we all left round 1. They're just that tight.
Pretty well.
So great job to Asrnz management for getting the classification right with these drivers once again. There was question marks, I think, at times throughout the season from yourself and certainly me, with the likes of Eddie Thackeray was so fast at times you question whether he might have been a silver driver, but you just look at how it's shaken out. He's got Damian Jones hot on his heels to take that title away. So I think once again the guys, aka especially Jordan Moss, with his brilliant calculations about where these guys should fit into category racing, is just perfect once again. So they don't need to change anything. I think they just
it's a testament to the ASR, administration and the guys that run this stuff, the classing is spot on. You know, they look at it, all newcomers, and they reevaluate it at the beginning of every season. And look at how close this stuff is. Clearly, they're doing a great job at it.
Some smarter men than you and I with the numbers, I think,
the
Dave.
propeller heads.
John Carter, big shout out to JC for the point structure that he runs as well for this, and the delivery as well, week in, week out.
Of course, and young Jordan Moss, who delivers a great service with his race command and keeps the cogs very well oiled here at Asrnz, and keeps everything running smoothly. But has all of this data. This is what is such a good thing about the race command stuff, the software. It just really does give you so much to analyse, and that's where they get all this stuff from, J-Man, to put these guys where they are here again tonight. Look at that field. What do we got? We've had very little drop off. 19.
We got race one winner and 2 times on the pole already.
Oh, come on.
You got us on comms, Brandon?
How you going? I've got a bit of the audio, probably is quite shit.
No, we got you. Loud and clear.
It's all right, mate.
It's Bathurst audio.
For
perfect.
Warp speed. We saw a 1:59.985 for Q1. What a fantastic lap to go sub 2 minutes. But to back it up with a 2:00.000 in the race, can we expect to see at some point tonight a 59 in race trim, Brandon?
Hopefully this race, because it's a bit colder and I'm more used to the fuel weight. So yeah, hopefully. Now that I see it, you won't be able to pull it off. Though.
Yeah, don't write checks you can't deliver, brother.
Fantastic race victory there in race one. I don't know that anyone's got any answers for you at the moment, Brandon. That yourself and that car just too damn fast around here. However, tyres going to be a factor. Have you played this one pretty cool? You're on a reuse set for this one, or you going to save something up for the 30, or just going all in?
Well, we're doing a reverse grid for the last race, so I've saved 2 sets, like one for quality and one for the race. So this race, I'm just using the tyres I just qualified on.
A reverse grid, okay. This is news to us. This is cool. So, what does that look like? A complete reversal of race 2, or what?
I'm not sure. We're just me and the other Giga race. The guys talked about it, so at least all of us were going to do it.
Okay, that's going to be entertaining. Yeah, okay, righto.
Okay,
so,
you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll look to see what that looks like. We may actually grab
the gig conspiracy.
Who's the instigator of that there, Brandon? Who's leading that charge? Is that Shane Fodero?
I think it was Vic Chan's idea or Shane's idea, yeah.
That's got Vic's been running at the back. That's why. Yeah, no, I get it now. Okay, awesome, Brandon.
Go well, Brandon. Awesome stuff, mate. Looking good.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Bye, mate.
Brandon Webley, everyone. A funny little situation. Look at them all, though. Look at that row of cars there.
Do you think Vic Chan's going to give up the opportunity for a potential? Do you think that Stu Arrowsmith's going to start reverse grid?
No. Just look at this. Talking to Brandon Webley, a little bit of an insight. We do have Brandon Webley and TFAM again on the front row of the grid. Shane Fodeno, Vic Chan. It's pretty much business as usual at the top 5 there. I don't think anything's changed there at all, has it?
No.
Tony Spence at 6, Lee Perkins 7th position, Stu Arrowsmith in 8th, Damien Jones in the top 10. Well done, Damien. And Timmy Nash.
Jonesy looks good tonight here at Bathurst.
Timmy Nash rounding out the top 10. Geordie Moss just out in the 11th in the Merc. Already complaining about the straight line speed of that car. Sounds like a Geordie problem. He will get that thing sorted out. Sure enough, here we go. As they, in awesome formation once again, down into the final corner. Now, remembering race 1, pretty spicy in the first lap. first couple of laps. Nothing untoward. Everybody pointing in the right direction, but definitely challenging for position. This is race 2, round 9, the final round here at Bathurst for Asrnz 2025 GT3 series. And again, a good clean start. Chan actually dropping back. Antoon looking for the overtake.
Fam on the inside of
and
Webley.
Fam on Webley as well.
Been tested here tonight.
So Antoon going with, look at that.
Webley out of it early, gets out of it, gets the car tucked down.
Oh, Antoon around, Tan, touch up. Antoon across the track, messy.
Oh, they've taken out plenty. It is a bloody shit show down at turn 2. They'll get going again though. Okay. So what I want to know then is Chan now. He is one position ahead of Aerosmith. Aerosmith's eyes would have lit up here. This is exactly the scenario he needs to try and defend third in class.
Aerosmith did get a little bit of tag on, I think the Antoon car was, because there was a few cars involved there. The Antoon car on the way past, little light tag, and got through. I think one of the last cars that actually snuck through before it turned into a bit of a roadblock there. So turn 2, a mess. That will
also, a welcome invitation, Eddie Thackeray. Now he's only one position. He's right behind Damien Jones. So remember, Jonesy made some inroads into that points lead that Thackeray had for the Pro-Am title. Now Melling's just been overtaken.
Wrapped up by Ant. So look, the battle here is Webley on Fam now. So Fam we saw get through on Webley.
Now here we go. What can we see here? I think Webley's going to size them up. This will be calculated.
And look, Fam went into battle immediately, and Webley jogged away in race 1 here, J-Man. So it's a bit of a different situation here. Different dynamic at the top. It's top 3 now.
Standing lap, first one round, 207.6. For Fam plays a 208.3.
There's plenty going on. Simpson back in position. Wally Baker back up position as well. Wally Baker's car looks like it might have a little bit of damage, and Phil Turner back up position as well. Looks like he almost thought about going into the pits there. Wonder if he's damaged as well. Plenty going. Bathurst things. Bathurst walls. They bite every time here, J-Man.
They do.
And look, only 1 lap in, and we can see a spread on the field already.
Cop an eye off the rear wing of T-Fam as they come up,
mate,
through Reed Park, out to the grate, across through McPhillamy, across through Skyline now. Now
T-Fam in race 1, the McLaren looked extremely loose in the back half of the race, or through the mid part of the race. Look how tidy that is. Look at how close we saw both the McLaren there and Webley's car to the wall on the inside there. That's Shane Frodo in the background.
It's super tight, man. There is nothing left at the apex there as they came down through the dipper. Left wheel would have been in the air there for Webley. Look at the run. Now, we saw Fam with the top speed last time round. He's already looking pretty speedy. However, it's Lee Perkins at the moment, 286. What do we see here out of Webley's car? 286. He got underneath the wing. Fam misses the apex through the chase slightly.
Super sideways.
So the pressure's mounted. If you look in the mirror a little bit, just missed the apex. That's the first crack that Webley will want to see. Slammo right in the hunt too.
Look, I just thought Fam's car looked loose in the back, and we talked about just how slippery it was, and Chan's car, and now Webley's smooth as silk. So into the pits.
We'll get a word on that.
Damaged car, badly damaged car.
MATCHFIT farmer. What's going on, bud?
Hey boys. Yeah, look, don't look at the dials when you're going across the top of the mountain, okay? 101 racing.
Don't look at the tyre wear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Don't look at your tyre pressures to see if they're nice and warm, to see if you've got them nice and warm for the race while you're going across the top of the mountain. It's not ideal.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, that,
Okay.
and I was kind of playing on my mind that I took a little bit of grass to miss that pile up.
Oh, yeah.
And was questioning to myself how many spots I should really maybe give back to the people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, is the race suit green tonight? Is the race suit semi-made of tweed or?
Yeah, absolutely it is, mate.
It is,
It
right,
is.
okay.
Yeah. A little bit of
Oh,
special tweed on tonight.
well,
Sorry to interrupt, boys. The Big Chan off the
Big
track.
Chan, and he is
across
out the kitty
Skyline.
litter. Sorry, farmer. We'll leave it there, and we'll catch up with you in a bit, pal. Thanks for
Thanks,
the
mate.
Stu
Thanks.
Aerosmith, just so close to literally doing a head on there with a
Who's
stop.
in there with him? Someone's in
Who's
there.
that?
Kenny Simpson's in the grass.
Oh.
That car is busted. Is it? No, he's got it
Can
going.
I get that? Hang on. What happened here? It looked like he was trying to push him out.
Fam off at the chase. Gives the position up to Brandon Webley and to Shane Fodado. So unforced error, I believe. I don't think I saw any contact there.
No, it looked like he just... And we're just picking it up actually on the back end of the Kenny Simpson replay there. But it looked like he took evasive action for something that wasn't really happening there.
Oh, he went to cover and actually compromised his brake zone. So Webley faked him into that. So I think there's a bit of racing IQ
Very
there.
nice,
And
very
Webley's
nice.
super loose coming out of the chase too as well. So look, it was all pressure mounted. Fam recovers though, he is in P3. Expect that not to be the end of that.
And just watch this Webley car. Now look, now with Fodado with no pressure, can he go with Webley? Would be interesting to see. Fam, we know how Fam can range up. He can get that gap back down to nothing pretty quickly as well. So a recovering Fam is quick. Jones tucked in behind Aerosmith. Both of those guys sneaking through that lap 1 turn 2 incident.
Yeah, well, that's
the back end of the top group of cars.
Yeah, and this is perfect for Aerosmith, obviously, you know, with the Chan incident. It's perfect for Aerosmith's championship aspirations. Moss starting to build a charge up on Melling, but I think he'll just get demoralised when they hit Conrod straight, unfortunately, because the difference is Steve Melling. Oh, no, Steve Melling 282, Jordan Moss 283. So Melling got that car maybe a bit aero sensitive, so he's probably got a fair bit of wing on it for across the top. So we'll get a read on that again as they come down now.
Well, I did question that earlier with, I think it was the Damien Jones car, I think had more wing over, was it Mossy's car or Melling's car? One of the two.
Okay, it was Mossy's. Now, Mossy ran a 283 underneath the wing of Melling, and Melling ran a 283 pushing air. So
the old Mustang, it's a bit light on the rear wing there, I think, maybe. Anyway, Joe Grimmer just giving up a position to Vic Chan, a recovering Vic Chan in the Porsche, who looks like he's still struggling with that thing. But again, Joe Grimmer, great spatial awareness. Let him. The Giga
Wilton back out on
pass.
track too, mate.
Oh, Wilton back on track. Very nice.
Oh, Damien Jones starting to mount an attack here on Stewie, so this is good. And because
I wondered that, because
he's got Thackeray behind him. Antunes around about 4.5 seconds back to put any heat on Thackeray.
Now, we did see that BMW of Aerosmith actually tagged a car in lap 1 there in that little incident in, I think it was turn 2.
Yep.
So
now watch this.
Wonder if that car's got the pace. But watch it come down the hill.
Jones car, because he's got 4K an hour on Stu Aerosmith.
And across the top, I think it's running plenty of wing on the Aston. So runs off the hill, really nice. Tucked up under the wing. And then I just don't think it's going to have it. he pulls out. That's all. Just
Yeah, I
saying.
think he's going to be
Just
close,
saying.
mate. He had 4K an hour already. Here he goes, big under brakes. Makes Stewie think about it. Jonesy there, 285 that time versus Stewie Arrowsmith's 280. So that was the difference.
Smith's car looks damaged, just looking at the rear wing. Bit of paint off here and there. Car's been in the water.
Gap spreading out a little bit, not with Moss and Melling though. That battle still ensues.
And that's Bakri you can see in the background there. And I think they were covering Antoon car as well as the next car in behind there.
So there you have it. We grabbed Brandon Webley down for a chat. Best lap of the night was Q1 on a 159.985. Goes in there on a 159.767. He called it. Checks in the mail.
Look at that thing. Oh. So...
He is absolutely sending that thing. What's his split? He's only a 10th away from doing it again. So current numbers project that he's actually going to run through on a 59.8 this lap. If not close to that 59.7, he's right
just
on the button.
Hang on, just picking up something. T-Bam across Skyline under the 7 News Bridge.
Oh, he's going the wrong way.
Stuck on the side of the road there. He's got a little bit of traffic go through. Just replay ending there, and he's in the sand. So obviously trying to stay out and away from the racing line respectfully. And but look, gone way back. Where is T-Fam now? Back to 13th, J-Man. So tough race 2 for him. Jones on Arrowsmith again, down in the chase.
Big look. Webley goes through, second lap in a row. He's sub 2 minute, 59.930. That thing is electric right now. Ooh, Arrowsmith, Jones. It's a good fight.
It is a good fight.
Phil Turner through the pit lane.
Not ideal. Wally Baker losing a position. Wally Baker's cars look damaged from lap 1. Phil Turner just coming back out on track. And is that Wilton back in the pits, J-Man? We will get back to this.
Yep.
Damien Jones, Stu Arrowsmith, though, because this is a bit of a ding-dong here. Jones punching
Jones
above
backs
his way.
it into the cutting.
Let's get a replay of that.
He is pushing hard.
We'll get over the rear wing of Stu Arrowsmith's car. Let's get a bird's eye view of this. Ooh, yeah, baby. Big pinch on the rears there through the kink. And that can get messy pretty bloody quickly, can't it, J-Man?
Well, and the big picture is he's got Eddie Thackeray behind him. That's the guy he's just made some inroads to in the championship chase there for the Pro-Am title. He just needs to
stay
steady the ship
focused
here. Yep.
Because that's his fight, the guy behind him, not the guy in front of him. Jones ever the racer though, but look how close these guys are. A little over 6 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. And still plenty happening here, and it is only race 2.
Get a look on Antoon's car right now, and I don't know what vision he's seeing, but the window wipers are in full function. So is he waving? I'm not sure what's going on there, but
he's clearly had a flowy of opposite lock going on, so the indicators are on, the windscreen wipers are on.
Jones.
Fucking everything's on.
Yep. Jones Arrowsmith, that is a good battle.
Oh, it continues on. And so that is Antoon actually just tucked in behind Thackeray, and Thackeray only just in behind that little battle that we've been focusing on, which is the Damien Jones to Arrowsmith. Arrowsmith with a damaged BMW. I think like normally we would see maybe Aerosmith move away from Jones's pace, you know, like, but Jones been, and no disrespect, Jones has been very quick the past few rounds and pretty well most of the back end of the season. So, but Aerosmith, I suspect, has got a damaged car, struggling a little bit, and has plenty of pressure from Damien Jones as we speak. Doing a stellar job in the Red Bull Aston Martin across the top again. Jonesy racing hard. Loves to race. That man.
So I'm just wondering as well, can Antoon 0.7 of a second, can he catch Eddie Thackeray and put a move on him to put a car between himself and Jones?
It's possible.
He's right there. He's closing. Last lap round, Antoon 201.5 plays the 201.9. Who's that? Jordan Moss, Steve Malling. Why am I seeing...
Jordan Moss going backwards. What happened there?
Oh, no, Jordan Moss has got some internet dramas going on.
Okay, that's why that's flashing at me. Okay, and Toon, like you said, ranging up on the back of Thackeray very, very quickly. Just under 4 minutes to go.
And it's more that Thackeray's going backwards. Because
Thackeray's...
it was a 2.1 second margin. Now it was 2.9. So away from Jones. So Thackeray's actually just backed up a little bit. Maybe had a little mistake.
Wiper going strong in the skyline.
What's Vic Chan?
Fan in the pits. Not having a good night. Oh, Antoon deep into one there. Just misjudging his brake marker. That is not good for Chan, J-Man.
No.
Damien Jones just backed off Aerosmith a little. We're back behind a second there. And Toon on Thackeray, however, is starting to heat up. I think it's only just starting to heat up because these guys, they're going to get another lap after this.
Where's Webley? Yes, they are. Yeah, Webley comes down through the dipper. Yes, they will. Antoon right on the back now of Thackeray. All over him. What's the top speeds of these cars? Okay, so we got Antoon 281, Thackeray 283. However, what does it look like when he's tucked up underneath the wing? Oh, Antoon super sideways over Skyline down through the dipper. All sorts of wheel work going on through there.
And Thackeray as well. Looking a bit wriggly between the dipper and elbow. But yeah, just picking up a replay of Antoon there. Big catch up. Coming off a Skyline there. And it's on.
I think that McLaren's just too slippery, even punching a hole in the air.
Look at the Skyline. He just can't catch him, even under the wing.
No.
The brakes. So Thackeray doing a stellar job, but look at it there. Look at the punch out of the corner, J-Man.
Yep, he's going to fake back to the inside. Fires it down there. Gets it down there. They're going to run side by side.
Plenty of overlap. Nice work. This will be the final lap for these guys. So run across the line. Wow.
You go side by side through there as well. No, and two just edges ahead. Jesus.
Oh, my. No mucking around from these boys. We got Neville Shields and T-Fam.
T-Fam's just rounded them up.
In an exchange, Timmy Nash and Geordie Moss just out in front of that little battle with
Malling in front.
Who was that tucked in between them there? I don't know. It might have been out of position cut. Might have been out of position Kenny Simpson, actually. I think it is. So, plenty going on throughout the mid-pack there. As Webber jogs.
Perkins.
Spence and Perkins.
Spence in the fence.
Oh, no. So, Spence off at Skyline. It was out in the sand and, just tries to regather it. Bang, into the wall, and it's across the track.
Webley coming down the chase for one last time here. Race 2 to take another victory. Had to fight a little bit harder for this one at the start. Obviously, T-Fam put up a good fight.
How hooked up does this Mustang look, J-Man? Look,
Oh.
it just doesn't... It is so tight on track.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Oh,
It gets it super sideways out of the final turn. Put on a bit of a show as Brandon Webley take a bow. Backs it up with the fastest lap of the race too, 1:59.76. Super cool stuff. Fodado, he punches through as well.
And that's Lee Perkins coming across
Lee
the line
Perkins
for
a
third.
podium. Aerosmith will be happy with his P4.
Damien
Jones
in quick succession
and Antoon between him and Thackeray as well. So half-point rounds for these first two. So it's a good result there for Jones. He's going to be super tight. We'd love to know what the actual numbers look like.
And look at the fight in the background. Out of the rear wing of Mossy's car. Mossy, T-Fam, Nash, Shields. Bam. Across the line, I think that might have been... Who's the next one up? Wally Baker. Coming out of the chase now. Under the Blickwood Molly Bridge.
Yeah, be running out of parts for some of these cars. Fair bit of damage here tonight.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Joe Grimmer running through the chase now. And then I think we've got Tony Spence in 15th. Kenny Simpson, Phil Turner, Vic Chan, Steve Wilton rounding out the 19 there for race 2, J-Man. Nice work from the boys.
Good stuff.
So, quick debrief, I suspect, from a few of the drivers. And we will get back on to the MatchFit Abacus and see if we can count some preliminary numbers, J-Man, as we get ready for Q3 and race 3 here tonight at Bathurst for what is the final round in Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series here. And thanks to MatchFit Entertainment, thanks to Race Command, we will take a short intermission, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Q3, race 3 in Asrnz's round 9 of their first series in 2025. GT3's back out on track. We're at Bathurst. This is Davo and J-Man right by my side. This is the final race, J-Man. Mate, it has been awesome all night. The first two 20-minute races have been crazy.
Yeah, and status quo out there. Eddie Thackeray getting out first for the Pro-Ams by a long shot once again. He's well out ahead of the field. He just was second at that clock released them. He is gone. But yeah, it's been absolutely action-packed all night. Typical of Asrnz and very typical of a Bathurst round, especially a super sprint. So reaching deep into the tie banks now, these drivers, although I feel like
and or
they're
not.
really well managed.
Yeah, well managed. They've already dipped deep into them and leaving the best of last. But yeah, look, it's been exciting stuff, J-Man, and we come to expect this stuff with the Asrnz boys and running these Bathurst finales. They just do it right, don't they? And it just delivers every time. Very excited and a little bit nervous for the boys because they really do throw everything at it, don't they?
100%, and it's a testament, that we get 9 rounds plus a shakedown in, and we've got a 19-car field, and they're all there or thereabouts in the hunt, and that's what class racing does too. When I talk about class, I'm not talking about just always the fact that we think these guys are all class. It's just the fact that the categories keep these guys coming back week in, week out because they've got something to play for. They're racing, against somebody of equal or likely quality and
pace.
Speed.
Yep.
So it's very well constructed, and I think that's a great recipe for anybody who's doing anything sim racing wise, is get the right guys racing the right guys. It's a key formula. So they do it very, very well. Now, Thackeray, Jones, and then the other guy that's I've been a little bit quiet about, and it's Timmy Nash. Now, obviously, mixed bag that one there, but on corrected points, he's in there. He is in there. It's Thackeray, Jones, Nash. All right, for the top 3 with a sniff of Melling went in there at 8:29.
a sniff of Melling. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? And
smelling.
It's
yeah.
And it is a fact.
I mean, he's an option in there. Shieldsy probably just that little bit too far back to threaten the podium, but I think mathematically, this is a full points race. This one, the first 2 were half points. They made up effectively 1 race out of the 2 for point structure wise. So a pretty good deal there for Damien Jones over Thackeray. However, he only finished a couple of spots ahead of him in race 2, but did a better job in race 1. So, we won't be able to calculate this in real time until it's all said and done, because obviously it's provisional, not unless JC's on board and he's got his abacus out. But
well, it's MATCHFIT provisional, isn't it, J-Man? So
it is MATCHFIT provisional. We'll call it how we see it.
There is big grey lines in the starter.
Yeah. Nothing's black and white.
No, not at all.
2021 for Thackeray, first car out. 2022, 2022. Simpson with a 2025. He's backed up his performance from the previous one. And who was that? Wilton's gone and banged a 3-2 in. Damien Jones was the one there. It was an unclassified 2041. So
it was quick.
He's got to go. Well, he's got to go again. It was actually slow. It was up your game, Jonesy.
Oh, Jonesy, come on. Yeah, looking very quick, actually, in, like I mentioned, the back half of the season particularly, and consistent as ever. But I think the chase for the championship in his class it really does motivate these guys. As I think, who is that just in the background? That's Steve Melling, actually, just shadowing him behind.
Out of P3 at the moment.
And these guys racing. We see these 2 cars together quite often. So just see the way, and it comes out there, down through the dipper there, but see the way that car flicked off a skyline there. Damien Jones' Aston really did upset that car. It kept it off all the walls, nowhere near any of the walls, but it was slow as he had to address it before the cutting. So got these guys pushing hard. The fast boys out already.
Yeah, he's got a half a second on what was a 4 something or other. However, I think he did roll out of it somewhere here because he's already at 0.8 of a second. So, yep, they will be. Yep, they'll be well out there.
So Melling, provisional third. Jones, like I said, unclassified lap. He's going to want to change that right now. Gets off the final corner very smoothly. Puts it in second. Look at Melling though. Here we go. Oh, Melling in the pit.
Look at the time. Thackeray 201.755. Jones 201.757.
Oh, how close is that?
0.0002. So there's nothing in that. Now you heard it there from Brandon Webley. You do have Webley, T-Fam, Vic Chan, all starting.
Where
from the pit lane, I think.
Well, they're out on track at the moment, so.
Oh, are they? Okay. Well, it's saying Spence, Webley, Fam, and Chan are all in the pits, mate. The only guy out there is Antoon.
And Fernando. So Fernando out in the Lamborghini. Yep. Stu Arrowsmith just tucked in behind. Phil Antoon running out of Forest Elbow at the moment. The rest of the boys still in. Warren Baker out on track as well, as is Mossy, as is Lee Perkins, as these guys get warmed up here for the final qualifying. It's only a couple of laps too for these guys. Final qualifying here for Asrnz's 2025 GT3 Series Season 1. First of the GT3 series in 2025. Still plenty more to come. It's the boys pushing it to the limit. Up over the hill there.
Are they? What?
Plenty.
That was super close.
Plenty to come in 2025. Obviously for ASRNZ, they do. I think we've got the Racer Champions.
You got the ROC up again next. Yep. So that's going to be a fantastic series. So get amongst it. If you're watching and you're not a part of it and you want to be, jump on over to ASRNZ's Discord. Look for the registration thread that'll be coming up anytime soon and get amongst it. It's going to be a fantastic series.
Oh, absolutely. Is every year, J-Man. Links are in the description, viewers. So just click on the links in the stream description there and get over to ASRNZ's Discord. And yeah, more GT3s. Maybe some one-off events, and like we mentioned earlier, some merch drops from both ASRNZ official staff, ladies and gentlemen, coming up not too far away, and also some MATCHFIT entertainment stuff as well. We might be giving some of that shit away, I think, J-Man.
Yeah, probably most of it, I would think.
I think so as well. Well, who would buy it? Come on, we just gotta give it to the people. So, Fernando hitting the top of the board provisionally. Arrowsmith just right behind him, although a bit of a gap. Those guys actually first and second on track as well. Jordan Moss back in 7th. Provisionally, Wally Baker. A lot of the boys not out there at the moment as we wind down. Less than 15 seconds to go. Jordan Moss running up into turn 2. Qualifying 3 here, J-Man. What are your thoughts? That was interesting. We did get a little bit of a heads up from the Giga Boys saying they were going to stand it out and run from the back of the pack.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Antoon, Spence, Webley, Fam, Chan can do from back there. I think they will still move forward. It is a slightly longer race. It's a 30-minuter. A little bit more time for them to get down to business. However,
for sure. Yep.
Fernando is all business. He definitely wants to go out and cement the second position. I don't think there's any threat and I don't think he's clearly not close enough to warrant taking it, away from Antoon. So,
No.
Aerosmith, on the other hand,
But he's here to race. That's what you're saying, isn't it? So,
yes,
as is Aerosmith and Geordie Moss, who we just had on camera there in the Mercedes, the slow Mercedes apparently. What did he say? The windscreen was too steep or something. But and both from the 777 stable, and they are both here to race as well, J-Man. So still plenty going on. Eddie Thackeray, Damien Jones. Look, Damien Jones punching well above his weight, I think, for the last few rounds. Nice work from him.
Coming through on a number.
Mossy
Up to P4.
incoming.
Good lap there late from Lee Perkins as well. Great qualifying. Smith, Perkins, Thackeray, Jones, Nash, Melling, Simpson, Baker, Shields, Wilton, Turner. And then we go with the non-qualifiers. Antoon, Spence, Webley, Pham. So 17 cars to start this finale, this final one of the season. It's been an absolute ripper. Been great calling it beside you, Davo.
As always, my friend, it's... look at this stuff. These guys never fail to deliver. And a final round at Bathurst to top the season off, it just doesn't get any better.
Yeah, long shadows too, 7 o'clock
Ooh,
in the evening. 18 degrees ambient, 19 tracks, a lot colder. Guys will be frantically fiddling around with tire pressures as we speak, because it's not going to get any warmer at 7 in the evening.
And we have talk points all night, J-Man, and this is what it comes down to here. Right now, 30 minutes of racing to top the whole season off here at Bathurst. Of all places, the Take No Prisoners Bathurst, we like to call it. I think it's that big tan at the back of the pack. Like we said, yes it is. T-Fam as well at the back of the pack. Webley at the back of the pack. Antoon, a whole bunch of the fast guys choosing to reverse grid themselves for the final round. We are more than happy with that, J-Man.
What could go wrong?
And like we don't have enough to talk about in a 30-minute race, a sprint race around Bathurst with no pit stops. But yeah, these guys, no doubt, we will see this, them charging through the field. It's going to be exciting. Guaranteed. We have got about a minute to go. The abacus is running hot tonight. Like the beads have nearly melted off it. J-Man, we're going to do some interviews after this last race here.
Without a doubt.
We're going to get this guy and that guy and maybe another guy or two. And we're going to see all three, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you wait and see.
Yeah.
You wait and see. Yeah. This place is going to get busy.
It's going to go off.
Engine's just fired up.
We've got catering.
20 seconds.
We splashed out for the night.
Yeah. Got budget, Woolworths chips.
It was a pretty short budget, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. Donuts have even got mock cream.
Oh man, it was a small budget, bro. Sorry.
They spent it all on merch.
It was t-shirts. As the boys roll around. God, get your tongue around it, Davo. Roll out here for the formation lap. Final round, final race here at Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series. I'm Davo, J-Man right by my side. We're having heaps of fun, as you can tell. I think we've eaten too many peanuts and maybe drunk a little bit too much beer. But we are rolling out for race 3, J-Man. the night has been a cracker so far. I'm excited, and I'm just looking at Steve Wilton's car, and all of the cars behind him are usually at the top of the field. So this one's going to be interesting.
Yeah, 100%. You imagine what he's thinking. He'd be thinking, what are you bastards doing here?
Everybody, although apart from Shane Fratto, he's here to race, as is a couple of the 777 boys, and Lee Perkins, who actually finished, I think, third podium position in race 2. So nice work from Lee.
That's pretty big too, because just remembering Jordan Moss and Lee Perkins, 849 points to Moss leading the silver class over Lee Perkins 842. So it's a pretty big deal. Not sure where Mossy finished in that one. I think it was somewhere just behind Steve Melling, so it was inside the 10. So that'll be interesting to see how that one plays out between Mossy and Perkins today, but Perkins with the upper hand, only by 1. So Mossy, pretty calculated dude. He might know what the numbers look like at the back end of this, so it'd be good to have a chat to those two.
He's got the numbers. He's definitely got the numbers, J-Man. Has he got the skills to keep a rein on that Mercedes-Benz is another question. So where is he sitting there? He's just tucked in the background in the 4th position there. Fackery.
He's right behind. He's right behind Perkins. The championship title combatant, mate. I mean, this couldn't be scripted any better. Fackery Jones, they're going for 1-2 in the Pro-Am title. They're together, 5th and 6th. Nash in the hunt as well, so he's in there. So the top 3, that's as they sit in the championship, Fackery, Jones, Nash. Also, Kenny Simpson doing a great job, P9 in this one. He's trying to, well, he's basically got a handle on this title already. He's just got to come out here and finish this thing. Aerosmith, where's Chan? Starting from the back, so Aerosmith's looking good for a P3 outright.
Very late in the day. It says 7 p.m. I think that it's not quite 7 p.m. at Bathurst and looking like that, to be honest. But 7.
No, well, hang on a minute, mate. They probably celebrate.
Oh, hang on, daylight saving. Oh,
you know?
yeah, of course. Sorry, hang on. We are about to roll into the final race of Series 1 in Asrnz's 2025 GT3 series here. Boys in formation, a vastly different grid to what we've been looking at for the first 2 races. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Round 9, race 3 here at Bathurst. Shane Fratto, Stu Aerosmith, Lee Perkins, Jordan Moss, Eddie Fackery, Damien Jones, Tim Nash, Steve Melling, Kenny Simpson and Wally Baker rounding out the top 10. We're about to go green. Watch this space. Don't go anywhere.
Good
Fackery jumping as well on Lee Perkins. Oh, Perkins just squeezed Aerosmith a little. Perkins has looked speedy at the back end half of this season as well. Nash back in position. Mossy back in position. Look at the battle with Jones and Moss. And that's Nash. Oh.
Look, Jones going for a twofer here. He's going to try and round up Mossy on the outside. It's a long way around there.
Wait. Oh.
Okay, so a bit of movement already. Tony Spence on the move. Looking to make good. He was the first guy.
Technical
Fodeno's
difficulties.
being away nicely. And backing that up, we have got Antoon all over the back of Wilton. So Wilton holding strong here. T-Fam, Chan, Webley, all backed up. But Mossy's the guy that went backwards and all of that. So something went amiss there for Mossy. And that is a shocker given that we just spoke about Mossy absolutely in a spirited battle for the championship title hunt with Lee Perkins. Now Lee Perkins up there in P3, so this could be as typical as it sounds. Bathurst will be the winner again here tonight with maybe Mossy getting on the short straw there in that battle with Lee Perkins, but Perkins doing a great job. It's actually putting a lot of pressure on Stu Arrowsmith for P2 right now, so 0.4 and checked out. Try and keep up to speed with the pack here now. Antoon has managed to get past Wilton, but Fam hasn't. Neither has Chan. Webley's bottlenecked up in there as well. So,
and the sun setting pretty quickly here as well, J-Man. The shadow's getting very long and very... they're pretty well in full shadow, aren't they, across the top of the mountain here at the moment?
They are.
So track temps will be interesting. What are we looking at? Ambient and track temp.
17 and 17. We've dropped a couple of 1 degree already.
So, yeah, look, down in Bathurst, pretty cold. Down there.
Yes.
Look at this battle.
The Perkins car is the one that I'm going to say is going to make the most out of a Bathurst round tonight, given that, Mossy's all the way down in P17, so that's championship implicating stuff. Perkins could walk away with the top silver class honours here tonight. Very much looking that way. If it finished like this, that's what it would look like. Big crash down after the chase. That's Wilton and T-Fam. Kenny Simpson's involved in that as well. So not sure what happened there, but so
T-Fam down the inside there. Wilton just not seeing him, I don't think. Turning down. Either way, 2 cars looking for the same piece of track, J-Man. It's always problematic when it comes to races. So, and that has pulled Steve Wilton back in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, it has. I saw Farmer shoot off down there.
So Shane Fodeno stepping out, 2.5 up the road already, only a couple of laps in, trying to get that gap and still gaining. Perkins on Arrowsmith, that will not go away. And these boys that just have chosen to start from the back of the pack, starting to work their way through. Chan leading the way in the VW. Oh, actually, Antoon leading the way in the VW with Chan and Webley not too far behind. So, who are they just...
Chan all over the back of Baker right now.
It's Baker, isn't it? Yeah.
And then look at Webley, hungry, and because Antoon's made the most of this.
Look,
this reverse grid start.
All of these guys, very measured drivers, but races all the same, and they can tend to be a little impatient as they sort of weave their way through some of the slower vehicles. But these guys, look at the respect, and look at how close this is. As Baker steps to the side, the Porsche doesn't have the punch. Look at the Mustang, though.
Oh, he grabbed a lot of curb through the start of the chase there.
Let's just get a replay out of Webley's car here. Here we go, down into the chase.
Shields has lost it down at the chase, gathered it up. What a huge save. That might be a magic moment to pick up on as well. Mega.
Epic stuff. Who are we talking about?
Nev Shields.
Shields.
Big save through the chase.
So Shieldsy, Fam on his tail on the replay. Oh, and Shields, yeah, inside there. big tag on Fam's car on the way through. Gets it back on track relatively quickly there. Very messy stuff there, J-Man.
Melling just steps aside for Antoon and says, no thanks.
No.
Don't want any part of it.
It's unnecessary. So Antoon moving forward as expected. Lee Perkins starting to range up just that little bit closer, J-Man. That gap has condensed somewhat just in the last lap or so.
Yeah, Perkins looks good. I think
It's looking speedy.
He looks really good, and given that, you know, it's a, like I said, it's a championship drive that he's put on tonight, especially race 2 and looking like race 3. You know, he's not even settling for a podium. He wants to go one step higher. So Fodo's doing the business here. He's checking out. Antoon, he's the biggest mover and shaker from the back. This group of giggers that decided not to qualify, he's the one leading the charge for there. He's got about a second and a bit to make up on Jones, and he's just run wide at the chase. Just outbraked himself there. Chan and Webley moving forward. They're starting to catch back up on the back of Melling. So actually Antoon needs to stay focused here because those two cars are coming in hot. Webley just ran a 2:06. That lap there. So that lap there would be the fastest lap of the race. Yes, it is. 2:06 versus Antoon's 2:01.3 Now
Big Chan
through on Melling, same with Webley.
So no resistance, let's call it, from Mel. That's not his fault. He knows these guys are just working their way through the field. So all over it. Good spatial awareness from Steve Melling there as well. Clearly seeing those guys ranging up behind him, giving them plenty of space at the appropriate time too, J-Man, which is important. T-Fam on Turner on the way up the hill. T-Fam, oh God, such an up and down night. The car again has looked fast. So sideways. Oh my mind.
Couple of big 11s.
Oh, wasn't it what? And we've seen that a little bit throughout the night. I mean, the car has looked so quick, and he's just struggling to deliver when it comes down to the crunch there. I'm not sure what Simpson's doing there, just getting in behind Shields, but it's really brought Jordan Moss into the fray there as they run down off the hill there. Simpson on the brakes off the top of Skyline there. Very early and slowing down, and again
Webley so close to Chan through the chase that time again. Now, who's that? T-Fam rounding up Turner.
Simpson's and Shield.
Look at the proximity now. Antoon to Chan to Webley. So Chan and Webley have caught Antoon.
Well, look, what's the fastest car on track tonight, apart from Webley? It's like it's Fam or Webley, isn't it? Really, those are the two quick cars.
Yeah, although Chan's got a ton of pace on. He did a 2:05 versus Webley's 2:04. So I know that he is potentially maybe holding Webley up a little bit, but not by a great deal. I'm saying right now, the two fastest cars out on track, you're looking at them. It is Vic Chan and Brandon Webley. They are the two quickest cars out there. I mean, Antoon's run back-to-back 2:01.3s or 2:01.5s. Whether that's because of traffic or whatever, I'm not sure. But, yeah, the next fastest car would be Shane Fododo on a 2:08 last lap round. Otherwise, everybody else in this field is on 2:01 or worse or slower. So
Aaron Smith with the ever-present Lee Perk tucked under the rear wing of that Porsche, and a very much healthier looking rear wing than we saw in race 2 towards the end.
Perkins hitting 290k an hour there.
Wow.
290k
Well,
an hour.
he can thank the Bavarians and the BMW M team for that,
Yeah.
I think. So, with the work that they've done on their rear wing. But, yeah, very close, and that continues to go on. Lee Perkins
FM
in the
on Wally
Ferrari.
Woo. Fires it down there.
Webley.
Oh, Chan off.
Chan off. Here we go. So through the chase. Oh, what an awkward little bump on the Porsche, and he struggled with that all season. That it's almost like it's a lack of travel.
Check out the replay on Antoon Jones. Had a big look. Jones said, "Nah, don't care."
Down into 1 for Antoon and Jones. Jones says, yeah, look, plays a really nice defensive line. I don't know. Is it just an Aston thing? I think that's an Aston thing.
Oh, it's done now, turn 2, though. Yeah. Where is Thackeray? How far up the road is he?
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, J-Man, leaving space in the entry of turn 2 there, allowing Mav pass, Mav into the wall, also a little bit of a tap and a wriggle from
Webley
Damien
wide.
Jones, and Damien Jones really wide. Webley was tucked in behind there. What?
Oh, he gathers it up. Good save.
That is massive.
Oh, the car's still not happy. Look how loose it was going down through the dipper.
Big wriggle there off the inside ripple strip there. Big hit on the wall. Doesn't look so big in the replay. Mightn't be as bad.
Still looks pretty big.
It still looks pretty big. And the car does look injured. Slowly working its way back to the pits, J-Man. Oh, ouchie, ouch. Big Chan on Turner. Oh, we've still got Perkins on Aerosmith up the pointy end, but here we go, Vic Chan, a recovering Vic Chan, I must say.
Yes.
And the Porsche, look, Turner had to back off to let him get past it. The Porsche without a lot of punch in a straight line at the best of times, and probably a bit injured at the moment, struggling there. Wally Baker. Next cab off the rank. Next target in the crosshairs for Vic Chan. Wally Baker. Moving to the side. Or is he? Doesn't have much choice. Vic Chan.
Oh, Turner just cooked the brakes into turn 1 there. So Webley and Toon. Now what can they do about the 2.1 second margin to Antoon? Thackeray.
Going on. Lee Perkins, J-Man. Stellar effort. Keeping up with the likes of Stu Aerosmith. Currently third in the championship for Stu Aerosmith, isn't he? So Perkins should give himself a pat on the back for staying in touch with this sort of pace. Stewie playing the long game. We've still got over 14 minutes yet to run.
And it won't be long enough.
For some.
Yeah, so Perkins, this drive from Perkins here on the back of Stu Aerosmith's brilliant. Followed 5.8 seconds up the road, so he's doing a fantastic job. One of the only giggers to qualify this one. Oh, Perkins sideways through the chase. He's pushing hard. Webley, Antoon, that's tightening up. Antoon just grabbing a little bit of curb there.
So Webley, Antoon, look, I really do think tonight here Webley has Antoon's measure.
Yep.
Mav is not going to step aside, but given a little bit of overlap, Mav will respectfully let that Mustang pass. We are yet to see that. As
Look at
we
the drive. Look at this drive.
Watch it up to turn 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's all around. Outside for the Mustang. It's not the way to go around that corner.
No.
No one can make that live, J-Man.
Oh, not at the pace that they're running. I mean, Antoon's he's just too damn quick and too damn clever to let that happen, an outside move at turn 2. But
I am not going to be pressured into that.
brave Webley for having a go, but probably should have
Brave
just,
Webley.
yeah, just dabbed the brakes and tried to tuck down underneath him. Would be probably a smarter play just to unsettle.
The pace
Antoon.
of the Mustang.
Look how quickly he catches back up to it.
Yeah. The pace across the top of the mountain is exceptional.
And in the meantime, they're winding in the Eddie Thackeray car, 1.6 seconds now. As long as they don't get engaged in fighting themselves, they could see themselves up into 4th and 5th. I think that Lee Perkins is another 8-point-something seconds down the road. That's going to be a step a little too far because he's lapping very, very well. He's lapping on Stu Arrowsmith's pace at 2:01.5s versus Webley and Toons. Well, Webley's 2:04 and Toons 2:01.0. So I think it's a matter of time before Webley does manage to get past this Nissan. Melling, T-Fam. So is that T-Fam gone through? I think so. Perkins. Just not
He's still
wanting
at
to
it.
give this up, is he?
It's getting dark too. I just noticed headlights coming on some of these cars here.
Dropped another degree, 16 degrees ambient and track now.
And with a little over 11 minutes to run here. Perkins. Oh, so we just we're just looking over the rear wing of Stewart's car. We saw a little bit of a clip on the inside from the Perkins car, and then we saw a little bit of a clip from the Arrowsmith car on the outside. So these guys trading wall taps on the way up the hill there, both pushing incredibly hard. Antoon on Webley, we will get over the rear wing of Phil's car.
Impressive. It's impressive.
Look at this. This is a masterclass, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get much better than this. Super smooth, super clean. And the vision over the rear wing. Thanks very much, Race Command, for outstanding server. Look at how clean this stuff looks, J-Man.
Oh, super solid.
And yeah, they run off the top of the hill one more time. 10 minutes to go. And plenty to happen yet. As
Look
they
at
start
the run now, Antoon on Thackeray.
On Thackeray, yep. Again, still Perkins, Arrowsmith. These guys not too far ahead of them. But Antoon on Thackeray in a flash.
Does he have a big look down the inside here?
Now this will slow him up here. Webley, oh, nearly contact, and it looked like Antoon almost got out of the brakes.
I think he may have touched up the back of Thackeray there.
I think he did. I think he got out of the brakes because he saw Webley coming in very hot, and this has held the boys up here a little bit. They're just trying to navigate that slower car. Probably not used to it, J-Man.
No.
As we see Phil up the inside. Brandon's going to have to wait. Thackeray's just not going to hand it to him. He's still got a race to run. He's still got points to get.
He's got it done.
But he gets it done nicely, and Thackeray yields. That was full position, mind you, too.
P4 and 5. And that puts Thackeray now just ahead of Jones, albeit by the tune of 6-point-something seconds. Although Pham is coming, and he's the fastest car out on track at the moment. And he is the car that has the fastest lap of the race too, 2:03.337.
Right? Okay.
So Pham is coming on strong at the back, 8.5 minutes of this one. He is on a charge. Now, who is that going backwards?
Turner
Was
and Simpson.
Okay.
Baker went up. I'm not sure what happened there.
Moss in the pits.
Moss in the pit. Okay, not sure what's going on there.
It's the Moss pit. It's kind of like a mush pit, but instead
Like
it's
a
a
mosh
Mercedes.
pit. Yeah.
Yeah, mosh pit, but there's a Mercedes
It's a
in there.
motoring sport equivalent of it. Got it. I love the styling of the Mustang with the glowing exhaust, side pipes down the side skirt. It does it for me, I tell you. Looks spectacular. And Webley all over Antoon at the moment with the glowing highlights. Who have we got up the front? Let's give this man a little bit of airtime as well. Shane Fondo really has stepped away for the final race here. However, Stu Aerosmith and Lee Perkins right behind, locked in battle. Perkins pretty well hasn't got any further back than about 3/10 from Aerosmith from the start of the race. So these guys very
I feel
close
like they've been
together.
like this for 23 minutes.
I think they have. I think they have. Literally 3/10 of a second, not much more, the whole time. Amazing.
Yeah, T-Fam's caught Jonesy here. So this is big. Every position counts. This is full points races. This last one is. So remembering that Jones is in a big battle with Eddie Thackeray for this championship title. Come up trumps race 1 and race 2 over Thackeray, but Thackeray's got the bit between his teeth now, and he's further up the road to tune of 6.3 seconds, and Fam's trying to put a move on Jones. Now, if Fam gets through on Jones, it puts another car in between them with only 6 minutes to go and 6 seconds on the clock. I don't know that there's going to be enough time for
It's trouble. That's right.
Fam to get Thackeray, so that spells trouble for Jones. So this is an important position of the race. Now
Perkins, and he's got
Cameron's got
overlap.
his
It's
Dewey.
on. There's contact.
Yeah, I think he was up far enough though. He's worked on that, like I said, for around 24 minutes. She's not going to give that one up. Aerosmith's okay because Vic Chan is back down in P9, so wasn't super critical for Aerosmith to have that spot.
So
But
big move from Perkins. It was on. It was on for 23 minutes, like J-Man said.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty well every lap. And trying to get to these guys. Here we go, Webley and Antoon flashing their lights at each other. They're having fun. Chasing back. Jones and T-Fam. J-Man, you called it. T-Fam looking for the inside. Ducking and Weavers pushed Damien wide.
Yeah, Damien's got the inside run here. I think I'd rather be where Jonesy is here than T-Fam. Although T-Fam sweeps around the outside, Jones not going to give it up. A little bit of hip and shoulder, a little bit of contact. I love the fight from Jonesy here. He knows how important this position is.
What an exchange. That was fantastic from both those guys. A lot of respect. Traded just a minimal amount of paint there. But really made it happen. Fam off.
And who's that?
Oh, that's Tan. Look out. Tan sneaks in front of him. Oh,
sideways too, down through over the skyline down into the dipper as well. So this is this is a bit of reprieve for Jonesy, although it's not going to be for long because Chan's coming.
So Chan only just getting around the front.
Pulls out on Antoon. Pulls out at the chase. What's going to happen here? Antoon doesn't break it deep. Picture perfect. Man, it's all going on. We've only got 3.5 minutes to go, and Aerosmith's trying to get back P2. Webley's trying to grab Antoon. He's been doing that since they started.
Just hasn't stopped, has it?
Jones is going to have to defend from Vic Chan now. It was T-Fam a minute ago. Now it's going to be Chan.
And having the boys at ASRNZ here nailed this time. Look at this. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, rolled into the dark here at Bathurst for this last one. So specky for the cameras. It really, really is.
A great finale for the season. Stellar effort from all involved here, J-Man, at ASRNZ as we wind down.
The Chan starting to get inside the zone. Where he's gonna be close enough.
And Webley all over the back of R2. A lot of respect from these boys. Chan, like you said, starting to chase down. Damien Jones.
Smith. Right on the back.
I don't think that's over. And I know we've only got 2 minutes.
Shieldsy now. Shieldy's a friend of Stewie's. Look, Lee grabs a little bit of draft there. Stewie's going to stay in there as long as he possibly can.
And watch this.
And gets a good run too. Now that BMW's been relatively horsepower friendly.
Oh, we've got the lights flashing.
Yeah, he got the lights flashing. Just letting him know he's there. I think the Ferrari's got the measure here tonight. We hear Fodado has actually started the final lap. Man, that come around quick. I knew this night was going to be too short.
Yeah. And look, it is a long night. It's 2 20-minute races and a 30, but it goes so quickly here, particularly at Bathurst. So much action, J-Man. Minute 20 odd seconds to go. The boys are on their final lap. It's all happening. Lee Perkins in second position behind Shane Fodado out in front. Stu Arrowsmith on the chase still.
Yeah, can Jones hold off Chan for one more lap? It's integral that he does. I think Perkins has done enough for the silver. We definitely know that Antoon's done enough for the pro. But silver's in the air. I think Lee Perkins has got it. But for me, the big one, Thackeray via Jones.
Oh, Jones.
Title.
Jones, class act. Holds the outside line again. Chan just forces the inside. No contact. The Porsche not being able to deal with that inside line, that tight line. And Jones rolls away unscathed. Plenty going on Fam on Chan as well. He's only 6/10 behind. Arrowsmith still on Perkins, rolling out a Forest elbow as we speak. Final time.
Yeah, this is going to be his last shot. It's right here, and I don't think he hasn't had anything up to this point. And I don't think this one's going to be any different. He's right there, but he's just going to run out. Day late and a dollar short, as they say. He has a big look under brakes.
Oh, he's going to have a go. He's going to send it. Oh, it's messy. It's messy.
Yeah, I think you'll finally readdress that. But who's close behind is Antoon Webley. Congratulations, Shane Fodado takes the win. And it'll be over Perkins because Aerosmith readdresses. And very, very quickly, look at that. That's Antoon firing up and beside. Just like that. So we go Fodado, Perkins, Aerosmith, Antoon Webley. And then that'll be Thackeray. Can Damien Jones hold off Vic Chan? Yes, he can. Crazy race.
Wow.
Nothing less fitting for what has been a fantastic season. Chan over T-Fam. Steve Melling rounds out the 10. Really, really solid back end of the season for Steve Melling. Got a handle on that Mustang, I thought, especially in the last 3 rounds. Very well played. And a bit of shenanigans going on at the back end there. Wally Baker, 11, 12, Bill Turner, Jordan Moss, Nev Shields, Kenny Simpson to round out the field. Fantastic. Now, look, I'm not going to muck around for too long.
No, I'm not.
I've got a theory. I've got a theory of what I want to do here.
Let's do it.
And I think the first one I'm going to do is I am going to grab the overall champion, the newly crowned Pro Class champ. Mav, you got us on comms?
G'day, boys.
Mate, well done. Well constructed. Great drive through the field. Race 3 as well, mate. Fantastic. But it's all about the big picture and, mate, another title to Phil Antoon goes your way, mate. Well constructed after missing the first one and then building a series. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was a good season. Something different in the Datsun, so probably won't use it again. But it was good fun season. Some good tracks, some good races with the giggers. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Yeah, built a fantastic race team as well. You know, we really got to see, this is the first time, not sure if it's the first full season since the formation of Giggers, but we got to witness it, and, you know, time and time again, we saw a lockout on the front row, or the front two, maybe 2.5 rows, a good 4 or 5 cars delivering every week. You guys got to be super proud of your efforts. You know, I know it's probably a pretty fun environment during the week to be amongst, but man, when you guys get down to the business end on race night, it is all business, and you guys got some good inter-team competition going on, Mav. It's going to bode well going forward, I think, for the rest of 25.
Yeah, I reckon it was a pretty good maiden season for the giggers. We were all pretty close, most of us, and we had some good battles throughout the whole season. So yeah, it's going to be exciting for next time.
Yeah, no, good stuff. And look, plenty on the horizon as far as the racing. Still plenty of racing left in 25. Not sure what everyone's doing, but certainly like to touch base after all things racing and MATCHFIT. Certainly love to catch up with you, Mav, and have a catch up and a debrief on the season off the cameras and just on over. But what a fantastic series, mate. And look, one of the only results tonight that we've been 100% certain on. The rest of them are a little bit up in the air, and it gets a bit complicated on the interviews because we'll probably have to grab multiple guys in. But fantastic result, Mav, and yeah, just always entertaining to watch, mate. And did pull you down for a bit of a chat earlier on, but I think you might have been a little bit busy.
Oh, did you? I must have missed it.
Yeah, no, I just thought you had the box seat.
It was mid-race.
Yeah,
it was
you
mid-race.
You had the box seat watching, I think, TFAM and
Webley going
and Webley and Slambo and things.
Oh,
yeah.
That race one, was it?
Race one, yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. So I probably didn't even hear.
No, too good, mate. You've always been good up for a chat, so I appreciate it. And well done, Mav. We really do appreciate you having a chat, and congratulations on another victory.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Likewise, we appreciate the commentary. We kind of look forward to watching it after the race and just pay at each other as well. So it's good. So appreciate it.
We appreciate that as well.
That's it, mate. 100%. Yeah. Cheers, Mav. Awesome,
thanks,
mate.
Fellas.
Talk soon.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, so next one I want to grab will be, hopefully they're there. Oh, look, they're going to probably make it pretty easy. They're going to make it pretty easy
quickly.
on us.
Got to be quick. Go on.
So I'm going to grab Jarks down here because this is significant for the Pro-Am title. Now that the guy that he was battling with is, I think, disappeared already, but he got us on comms. Jarks?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mate, fantastic race tonight, but overall fantastic season. Now, the reason I've dragged you down, I was actually going to grab yourself and Eddie Thackeray and Timmy Nash down because I'm not sure if you're aware on points correction leading into this one. It was very, very tight. How aware were you of the point situation heading into this final round, Jonesy?
Yeah, I know with the drop round, it was pretty close between the top 3 of us, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it was very, very close. So I'll give you an idea on what that looked like, and then I'll try and talk you through and see if you can correct me or maybe give me an idea of the way that you saw it play out tonight. But you went into that one looking like 883 plays 897, right? Coming into this one with Timmy Nash on 875. Now, you trumped him in race 1. It was definitely significant in race 2. And then race 3, he was one position ahead of you. So the first 2 races, DJ, were obviously half points to make up a full round point for that one. So I believe you did a significant job there. And then one place behind. Have you got an equation in your head of how it looks?
I think I might have just got him.
Wow. that is going to be
I think so.
fantastic. And there could be a post-race interview in a week or so's time. Just may have to look to inviting into Discord just for a bit of a chat about that. But if that's the way it's gone, either way, what a fantastic series, Jux.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks everybody. To Mossy and JC and everybody. You guys every weekend, every week. It's been great.
Fantastic.
That race, that third race, I sort of stuffed up a little bit. I went back to check my setup and it automatically threw on an old set of tyres, so had to struggle a little bit through that one.
Yeah, it's a big moment coming across Skyline there. We caught you, mate, amongst traffic. I think you were in the middle of
Yeah, the big boys.
a pretty heated battle, and just clipped a little bit too much on the inside and sent you out. But it was a
Yep.
great save, mate. Absolutely fantastic save.
Yeah, as long as I just stayed 1 or 2 points positions behind Eddie, I thought I was going to be okay.
Yeah,
And you-
100%. But
And you did that perfectly, bro. So it was perfect.
yeah,
Let's see.
look,
Last season there was I think I crashed every race, and this season I think the car was on rails. So
Yeah.
pretty good.
yeah. Well, look,
Solid
the
effort.
difference a season makes, Jux. You know, the three of us here, we go back a fair while, but this is the first time we've seen Damien Jones actually fully construct a committed series, you know, due to work commitments and life commitments. This is the first time we've seen you go at it full bore. Did not start. I think that was the Enduro at Nürburgring.
Yep.
Didn't make that one. However, outside of that, full constructed season. So well done, man. It's good to see you. Just shows when you are there, mate, you're entitled contention. So good stuff, Jark's been thoroughly entertained watching you battle so many guys throughout the season, mate. You know, like the list would be long. I mean, there was battles with Melling, there's plenty of factory
Nav, yeah.
battles,
Yep.
Nash battles. It's been
this season's been really good. Yeah, it's been great.
awesome, mate. Hey, look, enjoy that one, and congratulations on that result. And look to talk to you again, hopefully shortly. I think we might put together a bit of a package for a bit of a chat to the place getters inside the next 7 days. But I appreciate the chat anyway, Jarks, and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, see you later.
Cheers, mate.
Damien Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. So just looking at that.
Who you got left there, brother?
Well, pretty much I was hoping for a Lee Perkins or someone to hang around, but they're not. But look, I might just call it there and just wind up some. We'll cover off some sponsors and some thanks because there's a little bit to cover off. And so first and foremost, congratulations to what we believe absolutely fully in tune for Pro Series champion.
Definitely.
Over Shane Fodderdo, and then I'm pretty sure Stu Aerosmith secured his first ever podium on that pro car elite category up there, backed up with Jones over I think Thackeray, and then Tim Nash rounds out the podium for that. Pretty sure the result has gone the way of Lee Perkins over Jordan Moss and Wally Baker there for the silver class. And then Kenny Simpson absolutely with the honours for the AM title. So that'll be the first AM title I believe that Kenny Simpson has taken. I don't believe he's taken one before. Maybe. I'd have to check the record books over Uncle Joe. And then I think provisionally Phil Davison would have got third in that one. So congratulations to everybody in class that completed the series. Davo, to you, thank you for putting up with me week in, week out. Asrnz, to the drivers, the rest of the drivers, thank you. To the management, we appreciate you all. The sponsors, we couldn't do it without you. And Davo, I will hand it over to you. I've said way too much.
It's okay. It's a long night, J-Man. But plenty on for Asrnz for the rest of the year. But it has been already a cracking start to 2025 for Asrnz with their first series of the GT3s. Plenty more to come from MATCHFIT Entertainment. Plenty more to come from Asrnz. I think it is the Race of Champions, the ROC, coming up in only a few weeks. So stick around, guys. A very concise breakdown from J-Man there on the points. And they will all be officially, I suppose, posted on the Asrnz Discord in the next couple of days. So links in the description. If you want to get involved with the racing at Asrnz, hit the link in the description for Asrnz's Discord. Get over there, get amongst it. Thanks, Grace Command. Thanks, MatchFit Entertainment. Merch drop. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, for Asrnz, official Asrnz merch coming soon to your shirt, or to your body shirt-wise, you know. And also MatchFit Entertainment merch coming your way in the next couple of weeks. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Join up, and we will see you soon. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.